Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. I'm going to be talking about CitizenCon Direct, a summary of what happened, the big juicy bits, the highlights, the major strokes of what you need to know from what they showed off at that event. We are getting a new star system, Nyx, as we expected, next month, November. 4.4, Star Citizen Alpha 4.4, it's going to have the Nyx system. And it won't be the full Nyx experience, they're going to expand it over the next year or so, but there are some changes to the star system as well, and we're getting a reasonable amount with its initial release. There's going to be a jump point to Nyx, both in the Stanton and Pyro system, at least in the short term. I think it's supposed to just be one from Pyro to Nyx. Nyx is not entirely lawless now. It's Wild West E, but it's not Pyro lawless. There is a new repeatable mission that follows on from the ASD storyline that was going through in the game at the moment, and that will bring you into Nyx with you trying to track down the source of the Vanduul tech and all that sort of stuff that's getting smuggled to ASD in the Stanton system. So the planet, Nyx 1, has had a huge change. It's now livable. You can land on it, and it's beautiful. They're using the new Genesis tech for this planet, and it's going to be the first one they use it for. There's a huge range of biomes on this planet, from grasslands to swamps. This tech is going to roll out to all planets and moons in the future, allowing for better looking terrain, cliffs, and no more sort of rocks everywhere to get in the way of your driving. They're going to sensibly scatter them. It makes everything look really, really beautiful. Nyx 2 is like this acidy planet. Nyx 3 is like a ice or gas giant, I believe, but Nyx 1, that is a hero planet. That is somewhere you're going to want to go and have a look and spend a lot of time. It is absolutely amazing looking. Delamar has had a huge amount of updates as well. So this is a giant asteroid with a huge borehole in it, and it's got a landing zone, Levski, with it as well. So that, along with Nyx 1, they're your hero zones, your core zones that you're going to be doing a lot of stuff at and visiting. Various mission givers will make a return, like Rico Battaglia, Eslin McCann, who's the ATC operator at Levski. They're there. It's going to be more. They're going to have more physical mission givers as well, and they're going to start to allow you to have dialogue options with them so you can build a relationship with them. They also want a more cinematic experience. Chris Roberts likes cinematic experiences. That's what he's doing with Squadron 42. That's what he's trying to bring into Star Citizen. There are going to be some inter-system missions. There's a new rock cracker activity as well, where you'll power up a facility and then crack open a giant asteroid and then be able to go inside it, mine it, or whatever else could be in there. The Vanduul are also in this system. So you've got new enemies. You can actually fight the Vanduul in the persistent universe. You haven't been able to do that for many years. And they have a new ship, the Stinger. So the Stinger heavy fighter. Talking about ships, CIG has released some ships to the PTU currently, but they're going to be flyable when Alpha 4.3.2 goes live next week. The coming week, we're going to have 4.3.2 live and some new ships. So we've got the Asperia Stinger heavy fighter, so a reproduction of that Vanduul Stinger. That's $315. It's pretty expensive. They sort of have alien tax on these ships, but it's got a huge range of weaponry. It's got a big size 5 plasma cannon thing, and which is Vanduul. That is pretty bespoke, but the rest of its weapon mounts can be changed out for other weapons, which is cool. The Anvil Paladin gunship is also here. $350 for that flying fortressy pew gunship. Yeah, really, really like the idea of the Paladin. We'll be looking at these ships a lot more in specific videos. We'll do dedicated videos on them. And we also have a new manufacturer, Gray's Market, with their first ship, the Shiv. So this is a compound ship. It is made up of multiple parts of different ships. It is basically a cutlass, sort of been cut down, and then it's got Valkyrie and Freelancer bits and the turret of a Hurricane on top. It also looks like more compound ships are coming. They've basically just gone, let's chop a ship together and put loads of weapons on it. $150 for this one. Obviously, you'll be able to get all of these in-game as well at some point. These compound ships are kind of what they showed off in the 2018 Squadron 42 info drop that they did, the data drop. We've also got some new FPS weapons turning up. The Rocket Cluster Launcher, which is just a very silly rocket launcher with 3 rockets strapped together. There's an LMG, new LMG, really slow firing but high damage, my kind of LMG. And there's a Space AK as well, which I think a lot of people are going to be pretty happy with. It's got alternately firing energy and ballistic ammo, which is just silly. They're also going to be bringing binoculars into the game. There's going to be the initial version of crafting coming to at least the tech preview for Star Citizen by the end of the year. So this is going to focus on FPS weapon and armor crafting. We will be getting item fabricators with this as well that we can place in like cargo areas or anywhere they're fit. They're not huge, but they're reasonable size. You can sort of put them where you want. We will get some initial blueprints as well, but you'll find others from missions, and then we'll be able to craft stuff. So assumedly, the economy and mining and refining, they'll get some updates. So they're actually producing materials that we'll be using, probably, although they could just use RMC and construction materials. We'll have to see what happens with that. This is also going to come with an inventory update as well. Very excited for that. They talked about instancing. It's new tech to CIG somehow, but yeah, they're going to be using instancing for various content now, so group dungeons and stuff like that. The Siege of Orison will return as the first piece of instance content. So they're going to go, bam, Siege of Orison, we're making this instance. I suspect this could come to the ASD facilities and that sort of stuff. They'll fall into that category. This isn't just for PvE gameplay. There will be PvP tailored instances. There'll be mixed instances. There'll be open instances. There'll be closed instances that you can just do with a group. They also have the Municipal Works, also known as the Depths, which are now going to be in Levski rather than, I think it was Area 18 before. But yeah, these will very much be instanced, and you'll delve to find loot and do missions there, and that will be tied to getting Levski up and running and making sure it's got air and power and stuff like that. Instancing gives CIG a load more choice in how to create content, how to tailor content. They're also going to have these large-scale instanced fleet battles and station assaults planned for 2026 as well. So the one they're currently working on for Nyx will require all combat roles and archetypes for ships to be used in unison. Your capital ships, your fighters, your bombers, your drop ships. It's a full-on combined arms experience. This will also have the mothership and carrier rearm, repair and refuel content that they've been talking about for a little while. I thought it was going to turn up much sooner, but obviously mid-2026 is where they're roughly placing this stuff. So as part of that mission as well, you'll also have FPS elements where you'll be boarding a station, fighting a new mysterious faction, and then rescuing people, holding out against the Vanduul as well that will turn up later. And they did hint at the Vanduul Mauler turning up here as well, which is like a big Vanduul destroyer. 2026 is going to be more ship-related gameplay rather than 2025's more FPS-related. They have revealed the contents of the digital goodies pack as well, containing a load of Nyx-related bits. CIG look like they're going to be following the monthly patch cadence and monthly patch drops like they have been doing this year for the next year as well. It still looks like Squadron 42 is planned for 2026, and there is plenty coming over the next 12 months. They're going to be expanding out next. They're going to be trying to get all of what we just talked about in-game, but a lot of it is coming, or starting to come, with 4.4 in November. We've got Alpha 4.3.2 live in the coming week. We've got the next big patch, 4.4, in November at some point. We've got the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, which I believe starts the 20th of November as well. And over the next 12 months, we'll be getting loads of cool instance content, some cool fleet battles, crafting, and much, much more. We're going to be doing various videos looking at more specific parts of CitizenCon and what they talked about, because they went into quite a lot of detail on the Genesis tech and the sort of biomes of Nyx 1. I attended one of the watch parties, the one in Leicester at the National Space Centre. I was able to talk to a load of CIG devs before and after. So I've got a little bit more context for some of the bits and bobs that were talked about and shown off there. And yeah, we're going to be looking at all of those ships as well, the new ones, because they're in my hangar at the moment. I'm going to fly them around. I'm going to be having a look, be talking about them, do some ship pies, guys. Tell me if you are excited for Nyx coming next month in 4.4. Did you like the nice, concise CitizenCon they did this year? Or was it like, no, that there's so much they could have shown and didn't, and it was disappointing? I'm really interested to know, were you just like, it's blown me away, fantastic, or, oh, they didn't even show off the ships they're going to be working on over the next 12 months and things like that. Tell me in the comments below. And something else that you should do in the comments below, maybe click the links to NordVPN, get yourself some better security, privacy, and accessibility of the interwebs. Oh, I use NordVPN, and you can use it too. Click the stuff below. It's October, it's CitizenCon, there is loads going on in Star Citizen, and I spy with my Tobii eye tracker something beginning with D. It's a discount. You want a natively supported high precision head and eye tracker for Star Citizen? Of course you do. It actually works with a load of games, actually. The Tobii eye tracker is super useful as part of your arsenal, but also really adds to your immersion. If you don't mind spending a little bit of time tweaking after setup, you can have a really awesome time. Look around your cockpit, look over your shoulder, and track ships in a dogfight intuitively and ergonomically like never before. It's got a load of features to improve the experience as well, with like camera boost, which is a little tiny bit like mouse acceleration for your head and eyes, but actually useful. You can get 15% off a Tobii Eye Tracker 5 until Monday the 20th of October. Links below to that. There's also a sweepstake going on from Tobii. You can join to win a Tobii Eye Tracker 5. Links down below to that too. Thanks to Tobii for sponsoring this video. Every month we have a ship giveaway, and for October, because of CitizenCon and it's a big month of celebration, we are giving away 5 different ships to 5 different winners. They all come with a game package and lifetime insurance. We're giving away a C8X Pisces, the Arrow Light Fighter, the 100i luxury starting ship, the Sulen, a very cool, weird alien starting ship, and the Nomad from Consolidated Outland. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning one of those ships is comment on any of my videos made during October. Any of those are great to start the game with, or just as another ship in your fleet, or even as a lifetime insurance token to upgrade to something else. A big thank you as well to CIG for providing some of those ships for that giveaway. If you would like to further support the channel, consider becoming a Patreon or using the join button under my videos. That will get you some occasional exclusive content, and it really does help us out loads. Also, like, share, subscribe, that all helps tons as well. Thank you so much for watching till the end, and I hope you have a great October.